Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I will be talking about Python. So this video will be covering the basics and I will try to cover it as quickly as possible. So let's get started. The first concept is of variables. So variable is nothing but basically a placeholder, you can say. You don't have to worry about, at least in Python, you don't have to worry about memory management and all. So let's see. So all these variables I have declared. So say my age is suppose 20, my salary is this, department is this, my name is alive is this. So basically this is my variable declaration and this is the value, and this value will be stored in this variable. So whenever you will be having to access this value in future, you will be calling it by this name. Okay, so variables all have data types which I mentioned over here. It can be int, float, string or boolean. Like this is an integer as it's a whole number. If there is a decimal, it will be like this. If it is a string, it will be denoted like this, and boolean is basically true or false, which is basically this itself. The next concept is of print. So there are three types of print statements. One is a straightforward print like print age. One second, yeah. First is a print. It's just printing this variable. So okay, it's just 20 as we mentioned 20 over here. The second is my age is, it will take this my age is and then it will print a value in this my age variable. And the third is, if you don't want to do this, if you want to write in a single line, you don't want to mention anything of the commas, you can use this F notation. There is also another middle dot format, but knowing one should be sufficient. Inside this, in the curly braces, you basically mention your variable name and it will print like this. So that is it about printing. Next is casting. So let's say if you want to print this my name is, and yeah, my name is, one second, okay, let's just replace this thing. I am years old. Okay, so if you were to run this code, it will run into error. It's what it is saying, that it cannot concatenate string with integers. So the issue is that my age is an integer, if you can see over here, but the other things are variables. Sorry, the other things are strings. So it will try to basically add these two, and that's why we are getting this error. So to resolve this, what we can do is we can just use that itself, but here we can cast it into string. Casting is basically like if you want to cast in string, you will write str. If you want to cast in integer, you will be writing int, and in the brackets you will be mentioning the variable name. So now if you run this code, you will get a proper output. Okay, I just mention a space over here and it's fine. So that's about casting. The next thing is about commenting. So you can see I have written all these print statements over here, but they are not getting printed. So there are two ways to prevent. Either you can use a hash or you can use this triple apostrophe notation. Hash is basically used if you want to comment a single line, but if you have a multi-line comment, this thing is preferred, the triple apostrophe notation. The next thing that you should know is input. So say you want to take input from user. This is how you can do it. You write an input keyword in the brackets, you mention whatever you want to write, and you assign to a value. The thing here is that whenever you take anything from input, if you see this type sibling age, I'll just run this over here. If it is the type, it is of string. So basically whatever input you take from user, it is coming as string. It will always come as string. So if you want it, you can use a casting over here, or maybe afterwards when printing or doing some operations. Now if you see, now if I run this code, integer is coming, right? So that's about input. Next up is comparison operators. Say I have here my age. I'll just take it down for our references. Now let's run this, and you can see my salary is greater than, one second, it's department salary, right? So I have to take my salary and department salary. Okay, now let's run this. Now if you see, my salary is less than department salary. So if you see here my salary is greater than department salary, it is a wrong statement, and here false is coming over here. And just comment data to here. You can, if you can write greater than, or you can also write greater than or equals to, but it will still be false. Now we can either compare my salary is less than department salary, which is true obviously, and you can also, if you want to return, even if it's equal, you want to return true, you can mention it like that. Or if you want to return only if it is equal, you can mention it like this. Now let's say if both of them were same over here, then this should return true. So that's about comparison operators. Now we will look at the three types of two loops and one condition. So if you look at this if condition, the my name over here, the A is in caps and the rest three letters are in small. So if I want to compare if my name equals to Alex and I want to print something, then this is how you will be using if condition. If condition basically checks if whatever you have mentioned after the if keyword, if it is right, then it will go inside that, and whatever things you are performing, it will perform that. If in case instead of Alex, I just write Alex, like A is caps and I am mentioning A small over here. If I run this, you see nothing is being printed, right? And here another thing, you can add two operations, either or my age, what's the age that I mentioned, it's 20. So here if my age is 20, I want to print, okay, this is still right. If say my name Alex isn't matching, but my age equals to 20 is matching, that's why it went inside the loop. The or is basically either the this statement should match or this condition should match. So as this condition was matching, it went inside. Here if you write and if you run, then it will fail. And means all the conditions should be successful, but as over here it is in small and variable as value in caps, that's why this was failing. So that's how you use if in a single condition. Say you want to do it multi-statement, like say if it is not coming, you don't want to skip, you want to print something, then you can make use of else statement. Here you can see not Alex. But here say if you want to use multi conditions, then you can keep adding elif my name, say you can write Duke, here write print not Duke either, and if I run, you can see not Alex. So that's about if condition. For loop, there is a data structure in Python called this. We will talk about it in coming videos. So here, let's just understand is A is having some values. It's basically a variable which can have multiple values, comma separated. So here, you if you iterate through this is the syntax basically for keyword. Then you will mention any variable. It can be underscore, char, num, any word that you would like. And in A, so basically it will go for underscore A, it will go to first value, then it will go to second value, then it will go to third value, and whatever operation you are doing inside the for loop, it will do. Here I am printing this underscore, that's why whatever values are coming, it will print one by one. Like see for underscore in A, it will go in A, like it will go inside this A variable and see the first value, say it is printing underscore, so A is printed, then B is printed, then C is printed. So this is one way to use for loop. Another way of using for loop is this for I in range 10. If you don't know range basically returns value. I will talk about it. So here if you see, if I run I for I in range 10, it is printing value from 0 to 9. So range basically runs value from 0 to whatever number you have mentioned minus 1. So starting will always be 0. If you have mentioned a single number, starting will always be 0 and ending will be exclusive 10 minus 1 9. That's why it went from 0 to 9. However, if you want to print from 2 to 10, you can mention like this, not 2 to 10, it will print from 2 to 9. The first value will be inclusive, the last value will be exclusive. So this will print from 2 to 9. And if you want to print in say step like 2 4 6. You can mention the step size over here. See 2 4 6 8. So that's about for loop. And last is while loop. While loop will basically keep performing functions like say ab equals to 2. I have written that there is this condition while ab is greater than 0, keep doing something. Here I am printing ab. So it will come in while loop. Okay, ab equals to 2, 2 is greater than 0, print ab, it will print 2, and then ab minus equals to 1. This is nothing but ab equals to ab minus 1 shorthand. So it will run, then 2 minus 1 will be 1, 1 is still greater than 0, so 1 will be printed, but 1 minus 1 equals 0, 0 is not greater than 0, so this loop will be exited. This was just a quick and on a very high level introduction. You can do hands-on obviously to get better at this, but instead of wasting times watching lots of long hours and long minutes videos, I think it will be sufficient if you guys just watch this short video and practice on your own. So thank you and see you all in the next video.